Hi, welcome back to the Spill the Tea podcast where we yap 24/7 and drink tea while doing it. I'm Willow.
And I'm Rihanna.
And together we are...
Mini Lucina.
Yes, queen! Okay, so we have just had like an hour and 20 minutes, nearly an hour and a half of technical troubles posting the first episode. So if we're a little bit stressed, if we're a little bit, during this episode, that's why. Today I have lemon iced tea that the ice is melted from. This is also my second cup in the last 2 hours. So, Rihanna, what tea do you have today?
I have the Lipton peach iced tea.
I know that's right. I love Lipton iced tea. Also with me today, I have fizzy cola laces from Tesco's and some chocolate counters, which I'm going to be nomming on, but hopefully not in the microphone because I'd hate to listen to that.
I have a polo.
Oh, hell yeah. I love polos. I've not had them. Oh, the shot glasses. Sorry.
Oh.
Anyways. Okay. So, I'm going to circle back to last week. Rihanna, what is your favourite quote from the Ricky?
I don't know, I didn't think of one.
Girl.
Okay, wait. First I had like a whole, how many days? 5? Basically?
5 days. You've had 5 days. We recorded the last one on Sunday and it's now Friday. And my mum has decided this is the time she wants to hoover downstairs. That's great. Fantastic. Hope you can't hear that. Right.
It's okay, my sister was playing music last time.
Have you got a quote? Are we going to have to circle back to this again?
Well, the first quote that comes to mind when you mentioned a quote was when Lucy's talking to Tim and she's like, "You call me bitch so many times I get triggered when I go shoe shopping."
You know, that's so funny to me because the past 4 days, me and my mum, every time we see each other, we go, "I'll be shot. Where are you, boot?" And we once did it while we were driving. We do it all the time. And there was people beside us and we had our windows open and they give me the biggest side eye of my entire life. Because I went, "I've been shot. Where are you, boot?" And that wasn't great, but you know.
Lovely.
So would you say that's your favourite quote, or is that just the first quote that comes to mind?
I'll just go with my favourite quote because I think I want another one.
It's a good quote. I like it. It's funny.
I can never remember quotes word for word though.
Yeah.
I suck at that. That's why I failed most of my exams because I cannot remember.
Yeah, I was looking at the quote that I said last week, and I really didn't get it right. But it's okay.
I thought it was right.
It's okay. Okay, what have I got here? This is the deeper one, so I'm gonna go for the lighter ones first.
Right. Any of them fan questions from just people?
Some of them are, I think.
Fans that not read.
Some of the questions I have I found of people asking after Melissa's podcast came out, and I was like, "Ooh, steal that." So This one I came up with. I was just sitting one night in bed. I was like, I should probably think of some stuff for the podcast so we're more prepared this week. And this is what came out. So
I did that. I was like,
So what is your favourite kind of writing? Like poems, essays, stories, fanfics?
Sorry. Anything but an essay. Can I say fanfics?
Mm-hmm.
I don't read, and the only thing I think I've actually been able to read as a full is fanfics.
Yeah, I was like that for a while, and then my favourite teacher, Miss Kane, she was like, "Oh, Willow, I think you'd really like this book," and I searched everywhere for it, and I searched everywhere for it, and I couldn't find it in my local shops or anywhere. The one place I found it was the airport to go to Paris, and I'm so far loving the book.
I just
For
don't like when I read. I picture it in my mind. I can't picture the characters, what they look like, the scene, the like background. Nothing goes in my mind. I'm genuinely, I just mind blank the whole time.
really?
Yeah, I've
So,
never been able to picture things unless I've seen them. Like I've watched The Rookie, and then when I read a fanfic, because I know that they look like Melissa or like Eric and that, I know what
oh,
they
right,
look
right,
like. So
right.
then
So say
I
if
can just
I
make
like
up people.
this has always interested me. See if I like tell you to imagine an apple. How do you imagine it? Cartoon? Realistic? Is it black and white? Is it in red? Or green?
I just picture a circle,
An apple.
like a
You
red
just
circle. Yeah,
really? Just a red circle. So if I
I can kind of see it from my mind, but I can't like I don't know. I can't just bring that part of my imagination into play. It's just kind of anything I think of. Like for English, when we had to read our book,
yeah.
we had like paper that had like someone's idea of the character and on the front cover. But when I read, even then when I know what they look like because I know nothing about them, they're just like their face is blank. They
Wow.
don't have any features.
Um no, that's crazy to me because me and Rowan Rowan's my brother. We've always been interested in like how people's brains work, and over the past couple of years, it's especially like interested me because like that's crazy.
Yeah,
I,
the only time I seem to be able to like muster something up in my mind is when I'm like dreaming and asleep. Like when
yeah,
I'm putting myself to sleep, I create a scenario in my head and I have to envision the whole storyline, but I can see it. But when I read a book, there's nothing there. They're just little like line figures in my mind.
can I just say I love sleeping. I love my brain can go on so many little whirlwinds. Like I have about 4 different dreams a night. But no,
No, yeah.
I love sleeping. Dreaming is like my favorite thing to do because I have about 4 different dreams a night if I'm not really into a dream, and I can usually remember them in the morning. And I'm like, my mind did that. Like my brain is able to put
See,
these
my thing is
pictures.
like sometimes I don't remember the dream I created myself before going to sleep. I remember the one that just randomly appeared in my mind in the morning.
Yes. Um. Let's
Anyways,
move
yeah.
on. We yapped about that for 8 minutes. Did you know
Oh.
that? Okay. Next question. What are
Before
some
you go to
guess?
that, wait. I'm gonna let the dog out.
You go
Do
for it.
not scratch your butt again.
This tea is delicious, guys. This is cheap lemon tea that I got where you just put it in if you want it cold, you put it in hot water to dissolve it first and then you add the rest to cold water. It's so good. I could live off this thing. Anywho, what are some guests that you want to see go to on Patrol Con? Circling back to kind of like last
Okay.
week.
Dylan Conweek.
100%. Yep. hmm
More, there's more. I'll give you my top three.
Yeah.
So obviously people like Mickey on that, but my top three would have to be Dylan Conweek, Derek, and Patrick. I feel like I
Yeah.
want to see him. He's so cute.
Yeah,
He's such a
Patrick,
sweet soul.
he's such a sweet soul. And that podcast with Melissa, that was, oh my God, I was crying.
I've not done it yet.
Have you
I'm like
not?
towards the end. I just have time to finish it.
Have you seen where he pees in her garden yet? I was laughing so hard at that. My top 3 guests, I'm gonna have to go Dylan Conrique. I'm gonna have to go the same actually. I was gonna go like I mean this is always like obviously other than like Lissette's already going. This is obviously different to like Makia and Alyssa and like Richard and all those people. But like this is
Oh my god, he'd be such an icon to
he
me.
would um my top 3 would be Dylan, um Derek because he made Saving Lives Con like unimaginable amazingly. I don't think that made sense, but you know. And yeah, Patrick, he's such a sweetie pie. You know, I kind of want to go bald. Sorry, that's a different subject.
No, that's a fair thing. Sometimes me too, but only really when my hair's not cooperating and I'm genuinely about to just cut the rest of it off.
Yeah, that's me every day.
I also found out what a split end looks like because I was playing with my hair and I saw one and I was like, oh my god, that's interesting.
My hair's too puffy to be split ends. I don't think that makes sense.
Okay
Anywho,
then. Yep.
let's go for plans for On Patrol Con. I think we covered some of this last week.
I can't even remember what we said.
I think we discussed about like our flights and when we're arriving. So we're hoping to go there for Thursday and leave on the Tuesday. But like, what are our
I'll
plans?
stay
Like, where do
for
you want to see in Paris?
the Eiffel Tower, but mostly, I don't know. I kind of just want to like roam about. I don't want to go anywhere specific. I just kind of want to walk in and see where we end up. Obviously, without getting lost.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Eiffel Tower this year, and it was amazing. But I think we're gonna go to a different spot than we did this year. Instead of being right up close to it, where you can't really get too many good photos, I think we're gonna go to the same part that Melissa and Liseth posted.
Yeah, because
One
the whole thing is
mhm.
full.
One place we are going, without a doubt, and I'm not going to touch on this further because it's such a sensitive topic right now in my household. Carrette, the pancake place. The story behind this is we were going to get off at the same place that everyone else went with like getting those photos for the Eiffel Tower. Then we were going to go to Carrette. We ended up getting sunburnt and we were like we're my mom was like we've got to go back. So we ended up going back and not going to Carrette. And then Liseth posted they were in Carrette. And by the time
Oh
on
my god,
his
yeah.
watch, the time on Eric's watch, we looked so close to this photo to see if we could have met them. And Eric's watch was indeed the time we would have been there. So that was
And it wouldn't even been like we're
fantastic.
trying to stop them and get them.
Yeah,
Because
we weren't
I
even
would say it would be
trying.
better if you saw the story and then planned it, but if you were already there.
Yeah, we were gonna go, but then we were like, listen, we're like too sunburnt. We've probably got to go. I've got to go.
So in other words, if I go with you guys and we turn out red, raw, and sunburn, if we're going somewhere, we're going, we're not changing our mind.
Yeah, you just gotta control us and not let us change our mind on anywhere that we're going. Cause I'm still
I'll
raging
just
about
like
that.
walk around and constantly excuse use with sun cream. You'll be fine.
I was so full of sun cream, except I forgot to put it on my scalp, which is where I got sunburnt the most. Oh,
Yeah. That was me in Spain because I didn't put it. I had my hair in braids and it was like all
yeah.
down the middle.
I was the same. I had French braids on in. So
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
okay, this is one that I saw on Blue Sky, and I was gonna say the person's name, and I cannot remember it. I'm sorry. Um, but I think it was a question that they had gotten on like a calendar or something, and it was if you could ask your soul one question, what would it be?
My soul.
Your soul.
What are we doing?
So like, yeah, that would be a pretty good question.
The hell's going on?
So like,
Cap.
I thought it was quite a powerful question. Like,
Yeah, the way they said soul.
if you could ask your soul one question, what's wrong with it? No.
Yeah. Why are you doing this?
No! Why are you doing this?
I'm so sorry.
Rihanna.
I thought I'd ask my soul.
The fact that I just screamed into this microphone and even me talking like this is saying it's too loud, that is going to be so loud. Okay, so I'm just going to skip past that question. I thought it was a good question. Right.
Why are you doing this? Sorry. I'm
Hush,
gonna
child.
stop.
Hush.
Yes, ma'am.
If you could tell your younger self a question, what would it be? Tell your younger self. I don't know. If you could ask yourself, a younger you, a question. Wording is not in
So I'd ask little me a question. Oh. Hmm.
Hmm. What
Do you have any
about
idea?
what about if you could tell your younger self one thing?
If I could tell my younger self something. So that's easier. Um, I'd tell my younger self to not try and be a people pleaser and always be myself.
Yeah, I like that one. Um, I was
And
gonna
find a
s-
different friend group in high school because.
oh, 100%. Your friends suck. And I'm gonna leave that
And
in
if you
there.
ever come across Willow, if you ever come across Willow, keep her. Keep her safe in a box. Don't let her go.
Yeah, keep me safe in a box. Maybe wrapped in bubble wrap because I'd end up like bumping my head on the
Yeah,
box or
you're
something.
fragile.
I'm
And don't say
fragile.
you're not. I've seen your bruises, man. Like, you bump into anything that comes in your way.
I do.
Honestly.
I bumped my head today. Where was it? I bumped my head? Just yeah. I was getting the kettle and I bumped my head on a pan like 2 minutes ago.
You peg me as the type of person to be walking in the most flattest of floors but still trip over your own feet.
Oh,
Like,
I've done
multiple
that.
times in a row.
I did that. I tripped over at the Eiffel Tower.
I
um
fell for you.
I was gonna say,
Just tell me.
if I could tell my enjoy it while you can. And I think
Mm,
that speaks for so many different reasons.
yeah.
When you look back in the last few years of your life, how when you look back on the last few years of your life and how you've changed, what is the one thing that stands out?
One obvious thing that's changed.
Like if you could like over the past few years, if you could say what was the most important and like biggest thing that changed you as a person, what would that be?
Meeting you, finding the rookie.
Yeah, I was gonna say finding the rookie. I actually in S3 we got the for people who don't know, S3 was 2 year last year, 2 years ago. Yeah, and I had to write an essay for English, and I ended up going home, and I wrote about my rookie group chat that I just found. It was my first ever rookie group chat, and always will be my favorite. Um, and I ended up writing about them, but then I ended up changing later on and talking about my dog. Um, but I ended up going home that night and writing a full essay, like a 2 page essay, um, about the rookie and how it changed my life. And I never showed anyone, and even my teacher doesn't know about it. And I tell her everything.
Do I get to read it?
No, no
Oh,
one will ever get to read this essay. It will stay in my Word documents until the day I die.
I'm gonna hack your Word document now. No, I'm joking.
It's my school account, so you can, hacker. I'm joking. I love you. I might send it. I'll have to read through it again, and maybe
I don't have to.
I'll have to read through it. See what's in there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, all I can say is like, over the years, I think going into high school changed how I acted around people. Because I can tell you, and you've seen my lockdown TikToks, I was myself.
yeah,
And then I came up to high school, and all my friends were like maturing, air quotes there, guys.
yeah. That's
Uh,
what that's
like
what.
I wanted to as well.
Yeah,
But then I met you, and you were as crazy as I was. So then I just started being me again.
yeah. That I learned that lesson the hard way, because all my friends started like maturing in air quotes, guys. They all started like maturing and being like, "Oh, we're too grown up to play these games and stuff like that." At
Yeah.
like 5 years ago, and I was like, I'm still a kid. Like I was 9, 10. I was like, I'm still a kid. I still want to play these games. I miss my friends.
I
I
sometimes play Roblox.
Yeah, like Roblox went so uncool for like 4 years, and suddenly it's cool again for people to play.
Yeah. Like in lockdown, we would all be playing it, me and my friends, and then suddenly we kept high school and it's like,
Yeah,
that's for kids.
and
Oh, I'm
like,
sorry.
mhm. So I think, yeah, I found the other day, that's how I got reminded of the rookie essay. Because a couple of days ago, I actually found it again when I was going through my Word documents and cleaning up for storage. Um,
I should
and
mine
I
was like
remember
so
this the starting line of it. Well, one of the starting lines, because I think I changed the starting line about 4 times. But one of the starting lines was it was like, I often look back on big moments in my life, like taking your first steps, saying your first words, your first time playing in a school play. Um, and it was like, none of them really stand out to me. I don't really remember any of them. But the one thing that will always stand out to me is finding the show that made you comfortable and made you feel understood and or something like that. And that's how the essay started. And I kid you not, this essay was like
good.
2 pages long. And I was like, I didn't even realize I'd written that much. And I was like, that's a bit scary.
I mean, to be fair, you have a lot to say about the rookie. Everyone does who's a fan. But, some people say it in a way where they're just like, I love this show, it means so much to me, and come up with a whole story, but it's not that effective. I'm not saying anyone's like unworthy of the show, but there's some people, probably like you, who the show genuinely helped them majorly in like life form. And not just like I watched the show and it was like became my favourite. I love it. And it changed my life.
Yeah, I
Some
think,
people just say change their life for no reason.
yeah. A lot of people say it
I'm probably
changed
gonna
their.
get
It's okay. A lot of people say it changed their lives just because they made friends. And I'm not saying just because they made friends. Like, some people say it, like,
yeah.
it changed their life and that it saved their life and stuff like that. But sometimes you can tell that they don't really mean it. Like they're just saying it because other people say
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, that's, like, such a big thing to be saying
And they
when
want
you
to make a
don't mean it.
statement. We're never gonna name names here, but like some people they do just want to make it big because it gets them seen.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, I'm numbing on some chocolate right now. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, I came across a TikTok the other day when I was scrolling and I was supposed to be sleeping. And it said
Ridiculous.
just how you're one to talk. Um, and it said about how important it is to have friendships rather than relationships. And I was like, it was a big quote, and it was a really powerful quote, and I wish I wrote it down. But all I have here is mention how powerful best friends are and how important. So I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that, but I don't know what my plan was to write about that. So,
Fair enough.
but yeah, I think, touching on that, I think friendships are the best thing you can ever have in life.
Well, I mean, friendships are more likely to last because you do have more in common, and it's not a struggle where you're trying to make sure you 100% love each other all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much more easy for friends to fight and then become friends again. Like with a relationship, most of the time you fight and it ends. And then
Yeah.
because they're labeled as an ex, you don't want to speak to them again because that's your ex. But with your friend,
Yeah.
you know,
I also think
I just got a notification saying the episode came out on our YouTube. For episode 1. Just got the notification, guys.
I also think picking the right best friends will impact your life for the rest of your life. Because if you're with a best friend that doesn't support you or doesn't like isn't there for you and stuff like that, that's not going to only impact your life, it's going to impact your kids' life if you do have them when you're older, because they're going to have to grow up with this auntie, quote unquote, that's not very nice, and that's they can tell, and they're gonna grow up thinking that's okay, and then they're gonna do the same. They're gonna get a toxic best friend as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because when what was I gonna say? I keep seeing TikToks where it's like if you have a friendship that lasts over 10 years, it's gonna stay forever. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
literally
I
evidence
hate that.
true.
Friendship.
Because the person, my childhood best friend, I still speak to her, I consider her a friend, but she's not my best friend anymore.
Mm,
She lost that privilege years ago.
yeah, you've told me about her. Um,
Then you stole it.
yeah, I think friendship. It doesn't matter the time that you've known them. It matters how quickly they accepted you and how quickly you accepted each other into your lives. Like we.
Friendship is like peeing your pants. Everyone can see it. Everyone can see it, and then you can feel the warmth.
That was that was a TikTok that I reposted. Did I not? Did I not also like?
And you wrote it out and gave it to me, and I stuck it on my wall. That's where I saw it.
Oh my god.
Piece of paper.
Oh hell no.
I also got friendship goals, which was two, like Doritos or whatever.
I love my drawings.
You're very cool. One of my friends, she thought that they were my drawings, and I was like, why would I write those about myself? That's so depressing. I was like, oh, it's my best friend. And they were like, you have another best friend? And I was like, yes, I do. She's so
Yes,
much
she
nicer.
does. Move along. Move along. Sorry.
I mean, if you look around my room, you're everywhere.
I am.
Every wall.
I'm everywhere. I'm in your walls.
Hmm?
Love you.
That was so quiet. I actually didn't hear that. Like, you cut off for me.
Oh, I said. I probably cut off on the thing. I went. I'm everywhere. I'm inside your walls.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just cute like that.
Can you come hang out and play then?
No. I'm sorry. I've got studying to do.
My wall.
I'm so sorry. I'm busy recording a podcast.
Ah, good point.
Mm-hmm.
Proceed.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Do you want kids when you grow up?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How many do you want?
Next question.
How many do you want?
Probably like two. I don't want just one because I don't want it to be alone, but I don't want like three because even though I wish I have two other sisters, well, I technically have 7 siblings.
Yeah. Siblings
But
is such a
I
hard
feel like
question.
three's too much for me. I feel like two is the perfect idea for my mind.
One thing you said there about siblings, you were like, technically, I have siblings, and that there's that trend going around with the how many siblings do you have, and it's like the 6 different answers you can give.
Yeah,
I relate to that so much. I never know how many to
me
say.
too.
I'm like, I could say
Yeah,
3.
it's like, do I say two, or do I now say three, or do I say like 6, 5? It's confusing.
I'm
Or
always like,
9.
I always think, I'm like, I could say 2, which would technically be true, or I could say 3, which is also technically true, or I could say 1, that is
I can say
also
9.
technically true.
I can say 9. That's so good.
Your father's been busy. Jeez.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Mention growing old with best friends is what I have here. Growing old. I feel like I had a good point here, and I don't know that point anymore.
We said
Um,
mention growing old, so you probably had like a thing you wanted to say about growing old with your friends.
Probably. Oh, and maybe it was my point about how it won't just affect you, but it'll affect your kids too. I feel like that could. What did I? I just pressed a button.
Yeah.
I just pressed a button and I don't know what I did. Hello. Hello. I don't know what I did.
That makes it more normal, and when you press it again, it makes it a bit like softer.
Wait, so like this. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Which one's better?
That one's quieter.
Okay, I want this one then.
Yeah.
That's really stressful. I'm gonna have to put that one in a blooper. I actually got a blooper that I need to share for last week's one. No, it's not about us. It's not about us. I was testing out the microphone, and I was on call with my
Oh
brother,
yeah.
and
We
you
also
said
not doing the duck noises. No, it was the voiceover.
the voiceover.
Do not make duck noises. No. Do you think to be able to do that?
What?
We just pick a fancy feature.
It's next to my share. It's next to my games icon.
Okay, well that's ridiculous. That's not fair.
It's like a celebration button.
Any more questions?
I don't think I have any written down. I thought I had so many. Oh, biggest life lesson learned.
I don't really know life lessons I could have learned. I'm trying to think of ones, like things like I would tell other people, like younger people, preferably. If like there were to be like, what's a life lesson that you learned? Don't take things for granted.
Yeah, I like that one. I remember when I wrote in this rookie essay. Back to that. And it was my biggest life lesson that I've ever learned was don't trust everything you see because even salt looks like sugar.
Oh, I like
I like
that.
that.
That's
I
yeah.
like that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's have a look. Character growth. I had this question quite a few times. When I would like ask for people to send in questions, it was character growth. Like I don't know what they mean by that. They just said character growth. So
Maybe like what character growth we like best in season 7? Or
yeah,
just overall?
we touched on that last week. I said Nyla and
Yeah.
you said Lucy. So I don't really know.
What kind of like department thing would you want Selena to go into in the future?
Oh, I like that. Um, I want her to be a detective, and I know that's like I want her to be a detective, but at the same time I don't because I would feel bad for Lucy. But then again, like I feel like if she made it to detective, Lucy would be so proud. Like I love their friendship. Um,
Yeah.
because I feel like with all of Selena's like abilities, quote unquote, um, she'd make a really good detective.
Where do I intellect? No, that's not the thing. What is it? She's very like spiritual. She feels things like she says.
Um,
I feel like that would work well as a detective. They might not appreciate her for using that kind of technique, but it would work.
yeah, I mean, they managed to prove it quite a few times, like with the blood in the back seats of the car and all that stuff.
I feel like we just
All
need
that
more
jazz.
character development for her before we can picture her as a detective. Because in a minute I'm like, she's just like a cute wee officer. I feel like
Oh.
she needs to have a bit more character development, then it would work. I feel like if they put her on a path for detective,
Yeah, she.
that
Don't
would
get me
work.
wrong. Our girl, she's had such huge development because I'm rewatching it, and as I said last week, I was on season 2, now on season 5, um, and she's back, and she's come so far. Like even looking at her, like even Liseth's come far. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you know. hmm
I feel like since season 5, they changed so much from season 5 to season 7, like everyone.
Yeah, season 5 to season 7, I think is when we had biggest changes.
I feel like season 5 was when there was a bit development, then season 6 was then with that development, then season 7's been like more development. I think. I really remember that from season 6 I blocked
Yeah,
out
I feel like
because of why are you doing this?
You
I keep bringing that back.
I'm sorry. He didn't say yes. They're not broken up. He didn't say yes. He didn't say, yes, I'm breaking up with you. He said, I'm sorry. He's sorry that she misunderstood him. Okay? Can we go back to life? Thank you very much.
They were taking a break. Friends with Ross and Rachel. They were
we were on a break.
They just needed a minute, a cool down.
100%.
Although I would much rather them not have the situation that they have in Rachel and Ross and Friends. God.
No, Tim would never do that. Mm-mm. Tim's heart is set on that girl. He is banked. He's cooked.
One thing is, everyone who says they like, I think Melissa mentioned this on the podcast. I don't know if it was the one that she was in with Patrick or the other one she did, but she was like, does she not say? I might be thinking of just a TikTok I saw, but does she not say that like she's seen so many people say they just want Lucy to sell and like have a family stuff, and I agree, but I feel like now with Sargent, I feel like they have to try and move her to a day shift instead of a night one before they can even think of that, and then get her and Tim comfortable again.
Yeah, as much as I really, really want them to get back together, and it's like the top thing on my mind most days, like I want them back together so bad. They need to learn to trust each other. They need to learn how to be back in a relationship again. They need to learn the basics again before they can jump into parenthood.
I'm worried it's going to be rough in season 8 because obviously they went whole like half of season 6 and the whole of season 7 without them together. I have a feeling that like it's either going to work out perfectly for us or it's going to be like a bit too rushed.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. Yeah. I was gonna say something and I have no idea what. La da dee, la da do, la da da. Oh, I went to IKEA yesterday, and we were looking at all the rooms, and I was going around the rooms, and I was like, oh, I want this bedroom. I want this kitchen. And
the egg bed.
There was an egg bed, and I sent a picture to Rihanna saying, "This is my new bed," and she knew it wasn't because I was in IKEA, and she saw my location.
I took your location at like the top of the chat, and I was like, "Okay, you go, girl."
I was so proud of my little prank, and she ruined it. But that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
I'm okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Trish, I'm sorry.
Yeah, when we were in IKEA, I got out of the car and I was like, oh, it's IKEA, yay. And then I went, hold up, wait a minute, it's Chenford colours. IKEA is Chenford colours. And I went, oh my god, Mom, look,
it is.
Yeah, and I went, oh my god, Mom, look, it's Chenford colours. And she went, Chenford colours? And I went, blue and yellow. And she went, I was like, I've already told you all this. But, and then and we were inside, and then there was this bedroom, and it was all blue and yellow, and I wish I took a photo. It was all blue and yellow, and I was like, oh my god, this is Chenford's room. Like, this means they're so back. Also, oh my lordy lord, Chenford is so back in season 8. Melissa has confirmed. They're so back. They're so back. I love them. I love them, Your Honor. I love them. So, yeah. We've only been recording for 43 minutes. The last podcast we recorded was 1 hour and 8 minutes long. And I managed to cut it down because of my amazing editing skills.
If you don't have deep questions you want to ask, or do we ask those?
I had the deep questions and we kind of answered them. I have one, but I don't know if I want to ask it.
Put it out, and then if like we don't want to, then we'll just cut this.
Yeah. Okay. So I was saying how grief can affect someone, and then the next one just says death.
Oh,
And I think that's because of Melissa's podcast where she was talking about death, and she was saying like after she
I'm
passes.
not there yet, but
Oh,
no, go for it.
okay.
I'm about to be there. It's fine.
She was talking about after she passes, all the things she can do and what you have to set up before you pass away. And I was sobbing at that point. I was like, that is so sad. But then
I'll watch it there and I'll update you.
yeah. And then anyways,
Remember to cut this.
yeah, well, sorry. Anyway, she was talking about like what will happen after death and like what she's planning on doing and like to remember to do this, that, and the other. And it got me thinking. I was like, what do I want to do? What do I want to happen when I die? And I want to know what you want to happen when you die, so I know, in case you do.
Okay. Not really been a thought, but do not bury me.
Really?
Get me cremated.
You don't want to be buried? Wow. You learned something.
I don't want my body to turn to flesh bones.
That's true.
And I don't want to be buried because I don't want people to come and just sit and be sad about me. Like, just talk about me to people. Bring me up in a conversation. Talk about what I did in life. Don't just sit and be sad at my grave. Turn me into a necklace if you must.
Wow.
Make me a piece of jewellery. Hell, there's a thing where you can turn yourself into a diamond. Do that.
Oh hell yeah! I'll turn you into a diamond.
I was gonna share a story my friend told me in primary about how she wanted to die. She was obviously making a joke, but it was like quite funny. Can I share it?
Yeah. Let's go for it.
I'm not gonna name names, but like she was really funny, and she was like, "When I die," of it joking. Obviously, this is pure joke, people. But she was like, "When I die, what I want to happen is I want someone to chop my body parts into tiny pieces and put me into a firework and have little kids run around and try and catch them." She was just like, "Would it not be fun to like try and catch me?" And I was like, "No, no." I said that'd be quite traumatizing. But she's had a hard set on becoming a firework when she dies. I was like, right, I was just getting cremated.
Oh my god.
Although I swear, if I get cremated, do not spread me across some set of water.
Really?
Just keep me. Yeah, I'm pretty much.
Just keep me.
I want to find out that my potential toe and fingernail is floating in a river because you can't be bothered to keep all of me. I guess some people think it's meaningful to take them to a place where they loved and spread the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. I swear. I will.
So you want to be cremated and kept in an urn?
No, those things are haunted. I want to be able to haunt people. I don't want to haunt the urn. God.
So
Put me
where
in
do
a
you
necklace or a pair of earrings.
You're
So I could be
not
attached
gonna,
to you. And I
your
could go,
entire
"Wah."
body's not gonna be filled. Not gonna fill a necklace.
Then turn me into a diamond or like those weird like pyramid things. You know what they do? Like when they put
Resin.
or a painting. I've seen them use ashes in painting. Do that. My
I like
God.
the painting thing. That would be perfect for you. Because you're like an artist.
But hang it up and make sure it's somewhere where I can like hunt through it and turn off your lights when you're going down the stairs at night. You'll turn on the lights, you go downstairs, and I'll turn it back off.
If you do that, I will die, and then I will kill you as a ghost.
Well, together again.
I am already terrified of coming up the stairs at night. When I was about 6 or 7, we watched this. I cannot remember the name of the movie, but these people went to a camp, and they ended up like releasing zombies, somehow, that had drowned and died and been turned into a zombie that were hiding in this vet clinic that had been shut down.
Right.
And and they let
The
these
kids
zombies
at the
free.
time.
And I, every time I'm downstairs at nighttime and it's dark, I go in when I like say I'm in the bathroom, like yeah, say I'm in the bathroom. All I will picture when I go upstairs, and this has been 10 years now, nearly. Um, when I am running up the stairs at full speed, so I don't get eaten, um, all I can picture is the scene of the zombie walking out of the doors from the vet clinic and imagining it as my living room door. And that has scared me to my core since I was about 7.
Ooh. I have a similar thing, but it's more of like a brain thing, like last, like how I was on about reading.
Mm-hmm.
It probably just means I've got some issues, but like, who cares? So I just run upstairs. I've never actually seen anything or had anything that's made me like terrified. I can never picture an actual figure following me up the stairs. But like at night or any time during the day, when I tell myself in my head, I tell myself I've got 10 seconds to get upstairs or I'm gonna die. And I have to run.
You think
Or
this
I
may
tell
be a
myself I've
little
got
bit.
like 10 seconds to get upstairs or there's gonna be someone behind me and they're gonna get me. So then I'm like running upstairs counting to 10 to make sure I make it time.
You think this may be a little bit of OCD?
But I've like never actually like envisioned someone being there. There was a video I saw when I was little. I'm not little, like, but like 8 or 9 or something. It was ages ago, but it's impaled in my head. And there was a video where it was like, it was a story. It was like a little like skit thing, but they made it so that like it was a story where they left their house door open, and someone walked into their house, and then they went to bed that night, and she came crawling out from underneath the bed.
Oh,
That's I
hell
can't
no.
sleep with my feet out of the blanket. I will sob hysterically if you stole a blanket away from my feet.
Oh
I can
my
be
god.
toasting hot, and my blanket has to be up here. I've got to be curled in a ball. My feet cannot be at the blanket unless like I'm in my mum's bed because she doesn't have a space underneath her bed.
Right. Today I was watching YouTube, no, TikTok, like always, and I came across this video. And I thought it was funny. I knew it was a horror movie, but I just thought it was a funny little part of the horror movie that's supposed to be comedic, that's supposed to make people laugh. It was just the granny.
Is it the terror one?
No.
No. Okay.
It's where their granny, they stay at their granny and grandpa's, and the granny and grandpa aren't their real granny and grandpa.
Yes. I've seen
And
it.
it was the scene where this granny was walking back and forth, and oh my god, I'm terrified right now. I'm gonna stick my feet up. It was the
Why are we
scene
sticking our feet up?
because I'm scared. The granny,
I'm sticking my feet
granny.
up.
It was
What's there?
nighttime. It was nighttime, and the granny was roaming back and
I've not
forth
seen this bit.
from the camera. It was roaming back and forth, just going back and forth, back and forth. And then it went silent for a bit, and I was like, oh, it's finally over. And then I got a huge jump scare, and I threw my phone, and it hit me in the face. And I'm genuinely so terrified. And I don't know why I've just mentioned that, because now I'm scared.
You know, like, you know how I don't know if you ever saw it, but like at one point there was a VR game going around where you put the VR headset on, and there was like a scary woman. I think it was a well-known scary woman, but like she'd be in like a dark, sewagey hallway. Sorry. Like in a dark sewagey hallway. I was forced to wear like the VR, but I could have taken them off. But they were all doing it for a laugh, and I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. But I was watching it, and I had the VR on, so it looks hella realistic. It was when my sister got a VR headset, and then like the woman was like far away, then she'd glitch out, disappear, and appear closer. Then she'd disappear and appear like backwards to the side. And the whole entire point was it was meant to be a funny, quote unquote, from what I was told by family members, it was meant to be funny. And then I took it off just as it happened, but it was like the woman went over to the screen and screamed into it. What are you doing?
The noises are back.
I'm pretty sure it's just a bird, or maybe rain.
It just squawked at me. Where the hell is this bird? I should have screen recorded her.
I think you're fine.
Can you hear that?
No. Anywho, let's go off the topic of scary things because it's too late at night for that.
It's not even 8 o'clock.
Too late. I don't watch horror movies past like 5.
I don't watch horror movies at all. Sorry.
Well, we watched Sex episode 6 at like 2 a.m. So
That's the scariest horror movie of all.
honestly,
No, I'm sorry.
I stopped hysterically.
I wish we screen recorded the call because that would have been so funny watching me, like watching back and watching me just being absolutely terrified there.
I was screen recorded, but then like you started going like sounding weird on my phone, so I was like, no. Oh, he's gonna get you.
Oh.
Like a bird squawk there.
No,
Don't
I'm in my loft, which makes this worse. Thank you very much. Nope, legs are back up. Okay. Okay. There's these people that I follow, and she's a wax person. She's called Carrie, and I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but there's this one of her clients is Maddie. Her name's Maddie, and she just had a baby. And I found Maddie.
Where is this story going?
3 or 4. I don't know. I don't know why I got reminded of it. 3 or 4 minutes ago. 3 or 4 months ago. And then I found Maddie, and then I was watching her live one day because she goes live a lot. This was when she was still pregnant. And I was like, oh, I've got to go because I have to sleep early on Tuesdays. She was like, why do you have to sleep early on Tuesdays? And I was like, I watched this show called The Rookie at 3 a.m. She was like, oh, I love The Rookie. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's fate. And yeah, and I was telling her how we're starting the podcast and how I met The Rookie cast. And she's like, oh, I need to hear more of this. I never actually followed up with it because I got scared. She's like famous, but why would you do that to me?
It's Annie. She sounds in my bedroom, itching her ear and whacking her foot off the floor.
I thought you were tapping on your microphone to scare me.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
You so would. What was I talking about?
Maddie.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we were talking about that. And she watches The Rookie, and she watches it with her husband. Oh my God, why can't I? Husband. What are you doing? Her husband. Oh my, Hunter. Her husband is called Hunter. Oh my God, I should have remembered that. I'm sorry, Maddie, if you listen to this. You duck. And then yeah, so she watches it with her husband and her newborn baby, who is so cute. She's called Blakely May, I think it is. And oh my God, she's so sweet. Anywho, I don't know where I was going with that story. I really don't. Staying alive, ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive. We ate that. Scrum-diddly-yum, yum, purr, purr. Oh, you know, my new car does not have a radio, so I use my phone. And my mum was in the garage getting some. The garage is a shop, getting some drinks, and fuel. And I put Let It Go on at full volume on my phone and was singing it with
Let it go,
singing my
let it
absolute heart
go.
out.
Was your window open?
Mm-hmm. It was indeed. I just choked on some chocolate.
I just gulped, and then the kind of green light came around me to say that my mic was picking me up.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh.
I just choked on some chocolate. Ooh! What's your favourite song at the minute?
Have fun. I have like 3. One of
Mine.
them's by Billie Eilish. The pronunciation of. I think it's like Chiaro or
I knew you were
Chiaro.
gonna say that one. It always reminds me of I don't know how to say her name.
When I come back around, but I know what to
Say
say. I don't. Into being alone. I don't know.
not today, not tomorrow. Is that the same song? Kind of strange.
Open up the door,
Door, can
can
you
you
open
open
up the
the door?
door? I
Yeah.
know I said before you
Or
can't cope
I
with anymore.
everything by Zach Bryan.
You what?
I remember everything by Zach Bryan.
All the flavors at the bottom of
My
my
only
tea.
problem. What?
My the entire of my flavoring of my tea is at the bottom,
Oh.
so it's very strong.
Salty. Please tell me you get the difference.
No.
Said the sloth when he drinks like the water in the sea, but it's like pure salt water, so he drinks it and like he takes a big gulp and he goes, salty.
The last dandelion.
It must be the last one in the season.
You know, what's your favourite accent to do?
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess that one. Mine is I don't know what it is. It's like my favorite one is like I don't know what it is, and I don't want to class it as something and it be wrong, but it's like the southern one, you know, like
Yeah, the
I
one we
usually
used to do all the time.
and I'm banned from doing it now because I get stuck in it for hours. I once got stuck in that accent for 2 days, and I'm not even joking.
One thing I hate. I don't mock people in a bad way. I mean well. It's just a habit. But I cannot mock my English teacher's accent. It's impossible. I've tried. Like, you know, I just
Yeah,
mimic accents all the time for fun. Like, if you came up to me and you spoke British, I would. I'm sorry, but
British.
that's how it's gonna go.
Makia accidentally did that to us. We walked in and
Really?
we said something, and my mum and I don't know how it came around, but I think we talked about accents, and she accidentally did a British accent, and we just kind of had to brush it off and say we didn't realise. And it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. No, it was really sweet, but
I'm actually so scared that I'm gonna go there because like sometimes genuinely like when I'm nervous or something, I don't think and I just put on a pure Scottish accent. I'm gonna walk up to Melissa or someone and be like, "Hi, you right?"
I think they're gonna
It's
find
gonna
that
be a nightmare.
hilarious. My
You're like, "Oh
mum,
my god, where are you?" Scotland.
my
Oh, you're
mum,
Scottish? That's American. That's what they say Scotland. I can't even do it.
my mum,
You're
with
Scottish?
our in our solo chat with Makia, did her Ant and Dec impression, which is a Geordie
Oh
one.
god.
It's a Geordie one,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah, you said that.
she did that in front of Makia, and Makia was laughing her head off. She also referred to Nathan as Captain Sexy Underpants, so I don't think it could have gotten much worse than that. It was
Although
hilarious.
I did see, I don't want to make your mum sad, but I did see things saying that Nathan doesn't do conventions. Like he doesn't like going to them, and he probably won't go to OPC. Don't tell her I said that. Let's just keep her. She doesn't need to know.
Yeah,
I'll break her heart, and then she might just go, "I'm not going." Can't have that happen.
She won't do that.
Did you ever solve the ticket?
What?
Like
No.
for Rowan. Did you ever solve this?
We haven't solved that yet. But it's okay. We'll figure something out.
Can we just contact them on TikTok?
What?
They replied to me really fast on TikTok. I can try them again.
No, it's okay. We emailed them and they said that if there's a restock, then they'll let us know. But right as of now, they don't plan on it.
I don't know why, but I just had a really dizzy head there. You know when like whoa.
Drink more of your tea.
I literally didn't do anything. I just grabbed it and you started talking, but it was like, I disassociated for like a full millisecond.
Drink some more of your tea. Tea's good for the body and the soul and the mind.
It's not going mostly.
Open up the door.
Is this
Can
Kennedy?
you open up the door?
As loud as a rocket.
If it is, that would explain why I'm always up late, because I always drink that.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
100 milliliters. And the portion you're meant to drink. Average intake. Wait. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Anyways, it has 56. It has 56 kg in this of energy.
Oh my god. I don't know how much this lemon one has. I'm gonna say none. I'm joking. Hey, I just completely forgot about that it's Friday. I thought it was Sunday. I was like panicking.
Yeah. Ooh, on Sunday, like, what would the date be on Sunday? Because we're obviously going to release this next week. 25th? I'm going to go and see the live action Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, yeah. In 2 days, Rihanna's going to see Lilo and Stitch, which for you guys is going to be last week. Last Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like really concerned because from what I've seen, a lot of people cry watching it, and I'm more emotional than I am. Like,
I really want to go see it.
I
love Lilo and Stitch. Ohana.
See, the first time I watched it, the first time I watched it with Ricky, I was not that emotional. But like when I started watching it with you and I met you, we were just it went downhill.
I made you emotional. You made me emotional. I'm an emotional wreck all the time.
I was already emotional. But like I never showed my emotion, and then like
mm-hmm.
You just kind of brought it out on me because I love you so much,
Aw, I love you too. Guys, I'm tweaking out.
Yeah, I never reacted to the show that bad, and then like me and you started watching it together, and the whole gang, and then I can't even watch an episode of 911 without either like screaming my head off or being like, that was really weird. Why did I do that? It's raining for the first time in weeks. I've actually never been. I was literally outside when it started raining. And I was like, oh my god, it smells. You know, like it smells like rain.
Mm-hmm. I love when it smells like rain. I love it.
Like the kind of like wet grass. You could just tell it. Like, and I'm like, oh my god, it smells like rain. I love it. I miss it.
I love it. I love going on walks, like watching the sunset and watching the sun. Well, not the sunrise because I'm too lazy for that. But I do watch the sunrise sometimes. But like going on walks is like my favorite thing ever. But like none of my friends want to go on walks with me, and it's really sad. But my dad, my brother, and my dogs. Before one of my dogs passed away. We went on a nature walk in this woods. We were like, oh, we need to do this one so much more often. It's so beautiful. We've never been back because that was the last walk I ever took her on. And I'm like, I can't go back there.
Yeah.
And like...
Sometimes things like that are tough on the mind, though.
Yeah.
So,
and like...
you blame that.
Yeah, like that walk, I never take pictures of her. I used to like never take pictures of her when she was walking. So I would just be like, let's focus, let's just have a good time on the walk. But something that day was like, I was like, I need to take pictures of her. So I took a bunch of pictures of her and like videos of me and her walking together and the puppies and her walking together. And I'm so glad I did. Because like a week later she passed away. That's gonna sound really bad because I just said that's the last walk I ever took her on. I don't live with her. I didn't live with her. She lived with my dad. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like she was only getting a walk a week. She was getting walks like
But that's
three
the
times a
last thing you
day.
went on with her.
Yeah, we were gonna go on one with her the next day, but she passed away on the Friday, and then we never got to take her on another one. But like, anyways, where I was going with that is I love going on nature walks, and on that walk, it was all the leaves were orange. They were all cry. They were all dry and crispy. Um, it was so nice, and then it started to rain a little bit, and I was like, I love that smell, and it was so nice. And then I continued going on walks a little bit after that, but I don't do it very often. I need to start getting back into walking, cause yeah,
I sometimes go on walks in Canada. I sent you a photo, but I was going on a walk the other day and was stuck with some of my neighbour children friends, I guess.
yeah,
Because I was like, I'm going to go on a walk, and they were like, can I come? So they went and asked their parents, and then I took
yeah,
2 out of 4 of them because the other 2 weren't allowed. So I was like, well, these 2 want to go, and I really want to go on my walk, so I'm going.
yeah. Ooh, one thing I'll
What
say.
time time did you go?
What?
That's it. Go on.
Um, what do you? What do you think Dylan has planned for future music?
Mm, I don't know. I feel like she's been really mysterious lately.
She is.
Like, she's not really teasing anything, like, at the minute. But, like, before, like, a couple months ago or something, she was, like, going on about how she's in the studio so much.
Yeah, I think maybe with the
I don't know,
weather.
she's just making it, like, extra special.
Yeah, I mean, I know they've had a lot of like stormy weather there, so maybe she's just not been able to do anything really. Oh my lordy lord, Eric Winter.
Oh.
He just posted something on Instagram. I'm like, oh my lord. There's a picture of like I'll show you.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, but where's
Yeah.
Derek? Where's Derek?
Yeah.
um, no, sorry. Um, what was I talking about? Dylan. Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, can I quickly just say? See to, like, I never actually Googled Patrick. When I wasn't sure, I Googled the cast, and,
Mhm.
oddly, it might sound stalkish, but I found out more about them.
Mhm.
And I didn't do it like Patrick or Derek. And to find out via his podcast that Patrick's what, like 22? Is that what they said?
Yeah. 23.
I was like, he's only like 5 years older than me.
He's a baby. I love him.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
I thought it was
I was like, bless
insane.
him though.
I thought
He
it was
could have been Hamish in the film. I'm actually. I was listening to that and I was like, that was when my friend was there when I got to that bit, and she heard it and she was like, "Wait, who's that?" And I was like, "That's Patrick. He plays Seth in The Rookie." And she went, "So he could have been Hamish. What does he look like?" And then I showed her, and she was like, "Oh my god, he would have been perfect." And I was like, "I know, right?" Now that I look at him, I was like, "Wow, he would have been a great Hamish." Just because they wanted someone more known, had more experience. Like,
yeah.
how could you?
Well, they'll be going back on their word now, talking to the Melissa O'Neill. Like, jeez, oh. I thought it was
Exactly.
I thought it was interesting learning about her experience going back to school. Cause like,
Yeah, like, I never obviously like wondered that every day, but like,
yeah, like
yeah, no, it's not something really like when you think, oh, she'd have to go back to school after that. And she was
Yeah.
talking about it, and I was like, oh my god, like, wow.
It never hit me that she would have to go back to school. I was like, because obviously I knew she was like
Yeah.
16 or something when she won Canadian Idol, which is insane. But like that sounds about right. Like her voice, amazing. Um, but it never hit me that she would actually have to go back to school after that. She was still like a child, like a baby.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool learning about that. Like, it was a good question.
I feel bad for her though when she was on about like how her friends were not want to like speak to
That
her,
literally, like,
and she had
broke
people
my
that she didn't
heart.
even like know really talking to her. I was like, that's so sad.
Yeah, it really shows how you don't know a person as well.
Yeah, you can like barely trust people
Yeah.
because she's had these like friends and then went and did something that she thought was incredible and so many others thought was incredible. Then she's been back to see the people that she loves and they're just like, no, we don't want to like speak to you anymore.
Yeah.
But it's not that she intentionally became popular or something. She just went, were you okay? She just went and like had fun.
Sorry.
It's not like she went on Canadian Idol. I don't know in her mind, but in my eyes, it's not like she went on Canadian Idol just to become a popular girl.
Yeah, she
was good at singing.
I think I heard it somewhere like her dad pushed her to do it, and she literally went after a basketball practice, baseball practice, basketball.
Right.
Sorry, I obviously I have these counters, and I've just poured out the rest that were in the bag, and it's the perfect amount to make a triangle. I was thinking about that this morning. The whole leaving school thing. I was like, I've been so much happier not having to have the stress of school and not having to worry about being perfect in school. And like I've been so much more relaxed at home. I've been able to have so much more fun. Like not just going out. Like for the first couple of days on study leave, yes, I did go out. Then I went to Paris, and then I came back, and I don't like school. What? I hate school. And I can't wait to leave.
Yeah, like why are you so happy about leaving? Like what brings you joy about leaving? Like you're not gonna miss it? And I'm like, no, because I wake up in the mornings, but like I really don't want to be here.
Yeah.
There was times I feel sick to my stomach when I'm like, I don't want to go into school today, but I had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I've got a job, I'm like leaving, I'm getting out of there, I'm done.
Yeah, you're all set. Like you're ready to go. And like it's not like you need to stay on. There's nothing else for you to do there.
Well, everyone judges me so harshly for not wanting to go and study one thing in a college university.
Well, they can.
My plan
my
is
balls.
to work in a bloody B&M, heads at home, or something like that that's going to give me a bit of money to live off of.
Yeah. Those people.
The one thing I want in life is a family.
Yeah.
Sue me.
Yeah.
Sue me for wanting to be happy.
Exactly. I'm gonna be honest. I ran out of tea a long time ago.
Yeah, me too.
And it's really sad because I was enjoying my tea. But
I think I ran it like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I ran out about nearly half an hour ago. But yeah. Ooh. Closing question. Let's see. What are your hopes for season 7? Season 8. I'm too tired.
Yeah, I missed it in. Okay, I have something, but it's not really like a hope. It's more something like if it happened, I'd be like, okay, yeah. And that's Miles and Selena.
Yes! Yes!
Even if it's the end, I want to have that.
I want to just explore it. Like, like even if they just like
even
try
then go on a date to see how they feel.
Exactly.
Like I just kind of think I don't know if they're going to do that because they're bringing Chenford back. Because if they're going to bring Chenford back, that's going to be such a big thing. They don't want to bring in another big thing that can get ruined because the other big thing came back.
Yeah. I think they should what I feel they should do. They should have a sit down and be like, listen, if we agree to go on a date, and if it doesn't go well, or if we just don't feel like it goes like we go well together, I've got a splinter. How's that happened? Oh. Um. Anyways, if that just doesn't work, or they don't feel like it goes well, then we'll stay friends, and it won't ruin our friendship. I think that'd be nice.
Yeah, we don't need another like Chenford situation when they were like, when like Lucy said, if we do this and it doesn't work, I'll ruin the most important relationship in my entire life.
And it didn't work.
But they hooked up so many times last like season 7. I think they're okay. But like I think it'd be a good thing to explore. But I want to see a couple more scenes with Tamara, Lucy, and Selena.
Yes, we need a karaoke.
We were kind of rocked for that. There were so many opportunities to make major scenes between them. Because Tamara was at Lucy's apartment, but Seth was there, not Selena. And the other time was when Selena was like, I'll give you guys space. And like she was like, I didn't believe you.
Yeah. I think
like come on, give the scene. It was so cute.
We need a karaoke scene.
Yes. Okay, right. I don't want a musical, and I don't know if it's just because of the Grey's Anatomy one, but like I don't want a musical episode. I would like if they all, I don't know what they'd be celebrating or anything, or if they just had a moment where we're all too stressed. Let's go here and let's do a karaoke night. But maybe they had it so that like if Makia or Jenna if they wanted to dance, they could just do pure dancing. Because like the only time anyone dances is at the weddings. And we're clearly not going to get a Chenford wedding in season 8. So can we just make a thing where they're all doing karaoke together as a big group, like including Tamara?
Yeah. Like, can we not just get
I also
them?
want Seth back. I don't like not in like a police officer, but even a situation where Lucy Tamara, I think I've said this somewhere. I don't know if I actually said it out publicly, but I was thinking that it'd be so like oddly nice because Patrick, I love him, but I just don't like Seth. But I feel like it'd be nice if like Lucy and Tamara or something were going somewhere. I don't have the scenario in my head, but they were going somewhere, and then like they pass Seth, and either he'd be in a wheelchair with a missing leg, which would be easy to film. Just get him to sit on his leg and make it look like he doesn't have one at the end.
Yeah.
Or they give him a prosthetic, obviously just making it look like it's a fake leg.
Yeah.
Which I think would work, and I think it'd be nice to see where he's at after it all happened, like what he went and did.
I feel like they could add, even though I really don't like his character, I really like Patrick, and I feel like it would be nice if they could add a scene where they're just they kind of run into him and he's in his wheelchair or whatever, like you said, and he's doing better. He's gone to therapy. He's kind of stopped with the whole lying. Well, not stopped, but like he's really worked on not doing it anymore. And we see him pursuing in like maybe like a career for helping others get over their lying things or get over some problems that they can't.
Those like mind therapy things, what they do.
Yeah.
Like one of those kind of group.
Yeah. Like they could even have it so like Tim ends up going to a therapy to find to help like him and like get over some of his problems or something like that, and it turns out to be Seth running it. I think that'd be pretty cool to just see his character have a nice ending.
It's also just me. I don't know if I just like did not pay attention at this, but everyone like when they were saying, "Oh, I really want to see Tim's mum come back," is it just me who thought she was dead?
I think that's just because we haven't seen her at all.
Yeah, but like I don't know why. I just had it in my head that like she died in like the whole when Tim's dad was dying.
I thought that too. I thought by the way they had talked about it sometimes that she had just passed away because of the dad, and like no one could prove that. But I guess not. I guess apparently not.
More Kojo scenes. Oh my god.
More Kojo. Kojo.
I specifically like Chenpa to get back together and then there'd be like a cuddle scene on Tim's sofa but with Kojo across Lucy's lap.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, I would die.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Guys, I've still
Like, could
got
you
a
imagine,
splinter.
like, Lucy sits down and like is close to Tim and then Kojo just comes up and lives them. But like the camera's on them and you don't know that Kojo's gonna appear until Lucy says like Kojo coming up or something. And then it's so cute. Because like Kojo just cuddles her. I didn't want to see that. I need that, honestly. What are you doing? Is that what are they called? Kazoo.
Did you understand what song it
Let
was?
me one up you there. Let me one up you right there.
What did you do? I couldn't hear it.
Did it work?
Kinda. It was just kinda. It's all we could hear. Why are you gonna away? Should we try and sing Defying Gravity?
I don't know.
It was getting there. Ready? Nobody, none of us, no one that there is or was is ever gonna bring me down, bring me down.
We have gone.
I think this thing just like broke. It's not broken, but like. Whoa! What was that? I was trying to do Mickey Mouse, but. Bird's eye potato waffles. Okay.
Yeah.
So closing question.
This is just weird.
Yeah, this has been such a strange podcast, guys, and I apologize for that. We've had a lot of sugar and caffeine.
Woohoo!
So let's go for woohoo! Let's go for. We will see you all next week, and we hope you enjoyed episode 1 of the podcast, and we hope you enjoyed this episode 2 of the podcast. And we still need a name for our little duck friend. So drop your name suggestions below. Bye, guys.
Bye.